Yo, what's up? What's up, Remy?
Yo, what is up, bro?
What's going on? Welcome to a new episode of Don Talks, fam.
Bro, this is cool to be here, bro. I'm actually kind of excited for today's topic, dude.
I appreciate that, bro. I selectively picked out these group of individuals to talk to today for a specific reason, and you're definitely one of these individuals, dog.
Nah, bro, I'm glad to help you out, honestly. I'm glad to be able to give you that insight that you're looking for about this topic today, honestly.
Bro, it's funny because we've talked about, like, techno even before I, like, thought about this segment, so it was just, like, perfect, bro. And
I've always talked to you about, like, how a lot of my inspiration for my sound and my music personally comes from the industrial side of techno.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to, like, be able to help you out, honestly. Like I'm saying, it should be fun, honestly. I'm actually kind of excited for it tonight, honestly.
Same. So I'm just gonna just break down a little bit of what we got going on tonight. So in about, I'll give it like 4 or 5 more minutes, we're gonna call Clawz, a techno legend out here, fam. Someone that I met earlier this year, that I was really interested to check out. I heard, honestly, before I knew who she was, I seen a meme that she actually blew up. I forgot what the sign said exactly, but she was the girl that was holding up that sign at Venice Beach, and it says something about fuck. It was like I'm blanking out on what it said, but it was like a super big meme that was just going around.
Really?
Like it was some catchy thing, like, you know how like homeless people hold up signs and stuff like that?
Yeah, like that dude with the sign, that dude with the Instagram page that like just does that shit all the time.
Yeah, so like her meme blew up with her. I'm blanking out on what it said, but like I seen that, and then coincidentally she ended up being the Clawz we were fucking interviewing.
Looking in the whole time. What the hell?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was like, wow, this is wild. Who would have thought that the techno DJ Clawz would be the one on this meme and then would blow to be this super dope techno DJ we're about to call in right now, fam.
For the second time on Lose the Tempo, pretty much.
Yeah, for the second time.
Honestly, heck yeah. And then I mentioned to you, she actually reacted to one of my that last time she was here for Lose the Tempo. Yeah. She actually reacted to my remix for Husky, so that's how I kind of got to know her. So it should be cool to run into her, talk to her. It's a small world, bro. What the hell, dude?
Facts, bro.
It's a small world.
Who would have thought, right? Yeah. And it's funny because like it was your track, and that track was very techno. I wouldn't say it was techno.
Hard dancey, but it was in that realm almost, kind of. Just a tiny bit, yeah.
You can hear the influence for sure.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So, we're going to be calling her and RaveTrain. So, if you guys don't know who RaveTrain is, it's a EDM platform on social media where it... how do I break down this page, bro? Because this page has a lot going on.
Yeah, honestly, and that's good. What should we say?
So, look, Homeboy has a breakdown segment where he breaks down how you could travel working in EDM and stuff like that. So, that's something if you really want to, like, delve into, he has going on. I'll actually just link up their whole... Here's the social media right here. If you guys want to check that out, just head over there. I'm probably butchering the fucking description of exactly what everything RaveTrain does.
Yeah. It's a dope page, though, regardless, though, honestly. I agree with you 100%.
For sure. And we're calling them today because they've been traveling a lot, not just in the U.S., overseas. So they have, like, a real different perspective on techno, I believe. Like, we might have one perception of what we think techno is, but she's played to those crowds, you know? She's played to, like, the different side to what this is, you know?
Exactly.
So, like, it's going to be interesting to hear what she thinks it is and what they think the community consists of now. And like they also, RaveTrain also touched on a topic, and it was what old techno versus new techno and what that is. And that's what really sparked my like curiosity, and damn, techno's evolved so much than
not
what I
just
just
from
knew.
The music, like the whole niche of it has evolved too. Just to add on what you were talking about, how like the culture is different at these events. I always stress this enough to like everyone that I know around me. Western EDM culture is way different than overseas across the pond, bro. They do it differently, bro. Because I'm pretty sure if I bring this up, did you ever see that meme that came out a few months ago during Tomorrowland where this girl from the US goes to Tomorrowland and she's literally like dressed up to the freaking bone in candy and like literally how you would see girls out here going to festivals dressed up. She showed up like that over to Tomorrowland only to be so shocked that everyone is dressed normally. And you could just tell that these people are actually there for the fucking music.
Yeah.
And that like they were there to be there. Like they know why they're there. And this girl, I'm not saying that she didn't know why she was there either, but it just shows that there's differences in our culture. And obviously this culture pretty much it came from like the techno world back in the 90s and 80s, like in Europe, because that's where we pretty much got the music from, if you think about it, to be honest with you. So everything we got was from there.
I feel like, because it's crazy. I did a lot of research of where techno came from and all this other stuff. To the music we listen to in the US, I heard like the Detroit style techno. That's what we gravitated towards. Yeah. That's like
we pioneered that sound of techno here in the States.
Yeah.
Obviously they pioneered something else, and it was the more hard dance shit. And I'm pretty sure, have you heard of Thunderdome? That old like dance event?
Yes.
Yeah, they curated that out there in Europe. So it's crazy to see that we've had these differences in culture, and we've had our fair share of it too. But over the years, once dance music started to get more commercialized, we really started to see that the differences in both worlds, you know.
Yeah. But it's crazy because the sounds are different for sure, right? Between 100%. Overseas and over here. But at the same time, it's easy to like blend them almost, because look, Homegirls, like I said, goes overseas and has to present techno to that side of techno. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like it works. Like it's hard for me right now to distinguish the two different sounds a lot, but I know that there is a difference, and I know Homegirl neo-acid techno, that's a whole different vibe than anything I've heard previously.
Yeah, neo-acid industrial, it's a whole different ball game. But like honestly, there's like, it's crazy because like there's so many types of techno too. So there's that. There's also like the deeper techno, like Afterlife Records, I believe it is. That what's that group that I'm trying to think of right now? The name of that, their name is escaping me, but they play a lot of events in Tulum in Mexico.
Okay.
Tale of Us, there you go. So you have that deeper techno, that Tale of Us, like that style that they make. And there's obviously that the whole Detroit techno that still exists to this day, but it's still underground. But I have a buddy who like lives in Michigan too, and he tells me that that culture is still there to this day. They're still trying to freaking renegade out at these like empty old warehouses that used to be like automobile part like builders back in like the 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it's lived on over the past couple of years, dude, honestly.
Definitely. So let's go ahead and call in Clawz and RaveTrainTv and see what they got to say in this topic.
Let's do it.
I think for me, like for the crowd in techno, it's different when you go to a festival and you go to like the house stage. You guys are crossed and you go to the house stage. And it's a different vibe than when you go back to the techno stage and like, okay, no, like I can feel where I am. I feel like that it's because the crowd cares about the music the most. Like we know who the artist is. Like I care about every little detail. Like they turn on a hi-hat and he's like, oh my god, like it's so like
yeah,
100%.
First off there for the music, and then semi with your friends and stuff, as opposed to maybe some other genres that like you're there to look with your friends and you also want to be like the focus always is the music first, you know?
Got you.
100%.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I know you guys been traveling overseas. What is that like for you guys? What is the feeling overseas gives you opposed to the States? I have not. No.
Never. Pretty much like every most like techno is like the key, you know what I mean? Like even like in South America, like people are like just
Got you.
You go to like a restaurant and the server's like, be here for like, oh, like a Lost Lands dubstep show. They're like, oh, like what is that? You know, like
Yeah.
it's rare that you'll find like people outside of our community know about dance music. But in Europe, like literally moms, like children, like everyone just knows about it because it's just something that's part of what they do, you know?
Yeah, if you go to the club, like if you're like ongoing like clubbing, it's like techno music at the club. Like maybe they have there's some clubs like in Berlin, there's one that has like a house and a techno stuff. But for the most part, like if you're going out to party to club, it's just music that's played.
Got you.
You like work in Europe as like in your career, you can tell your boss like, oh,
Got you. So I'm hearing you guys say is it's because it's more like engraved in like how they've grown up. It's that type of music has always been there, correct?
Yeah, it has like they like go hand in hand with their culture. Like going out like that is part of their culture, and like I think some of the style like I have these shades. Like some of the like the style that they have, I think they're so techno. But like to them, that's just like what they like. That style kind of goes with it. They also go to techno shows, but the European style that's very interesting too. So they build off each other.
Yeah. That's crazy because if you think about like our version of what techno is overseas, that's our festival. That's EDM, right? What we have compared to what overseas has is we have that big festival style. We have the candy. We have all that, right? That's like our version of almost like that style, right? Uh, why do you think? Okay, so like I said, I've been seeing the culture of techno grow a lot more, especially in the States. What do you think that is?
yeah, well, I think so. In Europe, what's happening right now is the trend is that techno is starting to away from other genres. So they're starting to like take things from trance. They're starting to take things from like gabber, hardcore, all the hard dance genres like hardstyle. Even like some like breaks and like halftime. And they're just sort of mashing it together. Like you notice more now, even in like dubstep sets, they've always dropped like hardstyle, but now they're starting to drop like techno, hard techno. So like all the genres are kind of colliding. But I just think that like finally people in America are like hearing that, especially that you're seeing it on TikTok, you're seeing it on Instagram, and they're like, we want a piece of that. They don't quite know what it is, but they know that they want it. You know, so when in techno show, you're going into and there's two girls there dressed like all black, and I was like, who's their techno? And I asked them, I was like, you know, like, what do you got, you guys techno? And they're like, oh no, we just saw it on TikTok, you know?
Oh wow.
But it was cool that they went to that extra effort. Like you see a first time raver, they go, they buy candy and stuff. They're just like, they don't know anything about raving, but they show up. Now that's starting to happen in techno, which is like something that never happened like a few years ago. Like nobody would ever show up and you see.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So one thing you said that I really liked that you said was you're starting to hear techno influence more in that hard dance genre, and like you're starting to hear more of the influence. And so I didn't introduce you guys beforehand, but this is my homeboy Rami. He's actually a producer as well. What would you categorize yourself as a producer?
It's kind of hard to say. So I kind of make more in the realms of bass music, but I've told Zion and Husky, who you guys probably know as well, I've been listening to dance music since I was 7, and I actually got into it because of trance, listening to the likes of Paul Van Dyke, Tiesto, etc., etc. And as I grew up, I started like deep diving. I was an internet kid. And back in 2007, when you wanted to like listen to this music, what would you type on YouTube? Techno. So it would automatically, the algorithm would just deep dive you to the other genres and stuff. And from then on, it was history. In 2017, 2018, I would dive deeper more into the industrial route of techno. And I remember just hearing it for the first time. I was like, yo, what is this, you know? And then from that moment, I started deep diving into the culture and stuff. Now I actually follow a lot of underground dance acts. Probably my favorite act right now at the moment is Alt 8. I'm not sure if you heard of them before, but Alt 8 is like probably one of my favorite people at the moment right now. But obviously from the likes of Raito and stuff, I've just been noticing how techno's been growing since like 2017, 2018 when IO came out. And go for it. And IO I believe, was pushing the limits and pushing that sound very in a good manner because he showed the west side of the world what techno could be like. And it's unfortunate that he had to pass away when he was about to literally like bring it up to the top. But we got a good taste of what he was going to be able to bring to the table. And that's why it's like I was talking with Zion about this a couple days ago. We were talking about how the differences in culture between the techno world and just EDM in general is just super vast and super different because so a couple weeks ago I actually went to this event in LA. It was I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Possession from France. But I was at that event and just being there, that was my second like ever like underground event. And just being there, I was just there, just analyzing everything around me, the environment. Obviously, I already liked the music, so it was already great. But just analyzing everything and just being in that niche, it's so different than being at a regular festival. And I almost hate to say this, but it's like I actually would rather be in that sweaty like warehouse than at an actual festival because it's just the people were great. I ran into so many people there that were just like open arms and everything that just wanted to talk. And like how you were mentioning before when we first got into the topic that when people go to these events, most of the time everybody knows what they're going for. And one of the things that really like stood out to me is that when I bought that ticket for that Work LA event, it literally says on the ticket that this is not a rave at all. We're just gathering to enjoy music as enthusiasts of techno music. And when I read that, it just pretty much explains like that just shows right there that you're just in a different world. And I just think that the techno world is just beautiful, honestly, because it still feels like it has the characteristics that it had during the 90s. And I don't think it's changed, you know. It's still there. Yeah, it's great that it's being commercialized to the point where like a lot of these events, I forget there's this event in Croatia that is going down in like a couple months, I think, that is like a whole week of techno, I believe. I forget what it's called at the moment, but it's great to see that the genre is expanding. And not only that, it's expanding here to the West because we saw here at EDC too, day 2, when Charlotte the Wit did her takeover at the Neon Garden stage. Everybody was talking on Twitter about that night when they just randomly walked into the stage if they weren't there for the actual event. And everybody's like, dude, like, why haven't we got this before? And it's like, it's crazy. I'm just glad that people are starting to discover the genre, to be honest, dude. It's great. I think it's super good.
So on Saturday, we're throwing a crazy party in San Diego. I don't know if you guys were around, but if you want to come through, if you want to see like new rave, so everything you're talking about, it's actually, so it's techno, right? But it's a genre called Neo-rave. And in Europe, you'll hear that a lot. You hear like new rave, new techno, Neo-rave, and people separate techno from like new rave, you know? 100%. Possessions like new rave, like it has very distinct like signature qualities, like sampling edits, like reverse bass, like trancey build, and so it's interesting because it is like techno at its core. It has like those same characteristics, but it's new rave, you know, or neo rave. 100%. But you produce bass music.
I produce bass music, but like I said, I've been following the whole techno realm for a while now. That I've actually been able to implement it into my own music as well, just using Amen breaks, a lot of the T99 like rave set, for example, which is a legendary sample. I was mentioning to Robert earlier before we got the interview started that these samples and stuff that like really define the 90s culture of dance music are still used to this day. And not only that, they're still rocking the dance floor to this day. Nothing has changed. Everything is still there, and it's pretty true to itself. But yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from the industrial side of like not just dance music, but like in like electronic music example in the whole thing. I take a lot of inspiration from like a lot of Japanese industrial music too. So it's found a way into my ear, and I'm always just looking for new stuff for the like in terms of the new rave sound as well. It's just something that really catches people's attention because I feel like just it's not out there. It is, but it's not. You have to really go find it. And when people do eventually end up finding it, it catches their attention because it's just driving. You know what I mean? And I think there's just something to do with that high tempo techno that people just lose their mind and they just lose control of what the hell's going on around them. Honestly, because I personally call it the techno high. It just gets to you. You just lose like focus of what's going on around you. Honestly,
for sure. So I also have another guest in, guys. I'm gonna let him scoot in over here.
Hey, what's up?
This is my friend Gatsby. So I brought him in today because I want to say a few weeks ago. I'm not entirely sure how long ago that was. I seen you drop one of the best techno sets I've like personally like got to see firsthand. Like no bullshit. And yeah, because look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't expecting a techno set. Whatsoever.
I don't think anyone was really expecting it because that was my first time like actually playing a whole techno set.
Gotcha.
I might be doing a surprise back to back with someone for our escape afters for Novaking's Electric Jungle.
Okay.
So I wanted to. What's up?
Are you playing on Friday or Saturday?
I don't know yet, but I'm actually in his collective.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. Never mind.
What was I saying? My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, that was my first time playing techno, so I was kind of just preparing myself because the person I'm going back to back with, he's fucking good, amazing when it comes to techno. So I just want to prep myself, and I've been practicing with him.
Got you. So that's what made you dive in then to that whole I'm a DJ techno, or were you kind of like, yeah, already listening to it? Is it something you had a feel for already?
You want to know something fucking crazy? I didn't like techno before.
Before when? Like,
okay, so
let's time this out a little. You feel me?
So it kind of. Okay, so from the start, like before, I was like jamming into it, but then sometimes I would think it would be repetitive. But one of the main reasons I didn't really like it is because I had to, when COVID happened, we were doing underground events.
Gotcha.
And I got brought in by this techno group, but I didn't know we were supposed to be playing techno at the underground. He was like, yeah, just come DJ for us. And I'm a bass house DJ. So I play bass house or tech house.
Okay.
So I came and I played bass house. I was on before the headliner or whatever. I'm not trying to say I'm all that or whatever, but everyone was when I went on, I think that's what took everyone they didn't think bass house was gonna be playing that night. They thought it was gonna be all techno show. So everyone was vibing up with that. Everyone was even after my set, everyone was coming up to me asking who I was and everything. But this guy, he kind of had a problem. He's like, bro, why'd you do that? I'm like, what are you talking about? After his set, he killed it too. I'm not even talking shit. He fucking threw I forgot his name, but he threw down a fucking amazing techno set and he killed it. But after he got off, he's like, you weren't supposed to play bass house. You were supposed to play techno. I'm like, bro, you didn't tell me that. I was a bass house DJ. And then he just after that, he kind of started dissing me. And then the people he brought were techno people. So they would kind of look at me weird too. After
you
that,
playing techno.
Yeah, I wasn't playing techno, but the crowd loved what I was playing. And then he did the event again, and he was like, "Oh, I'm looking for DJs, blah blah blah." And so I'm like, "Hey, I'll be down for you to play again. My bad, I was supposed to play techno."
Yeah.
He's like, "Nah, bro, we're good. We don't want to do that with you anymore." So I feel just because of that, I'm like,
That's what
like
kind
that
of
was like that.
gotcha.
I'm not gonna be like fuck with techno.
Uh-huh.
But then one of my close friends, Supreme and Nova King,
Hey, shut up.
they're literally the ones who got me into techno. And basically all of EDC, I was at Neon Garden. Like I could not get away from it. But I fucking love techno now. It's like it's just so incredible because like they were playing stuff from old techno to now techno. I'm like, damn, like this is crazy. I can't believe I hated this. Like I was just kind of, it was just because the atmosphere and the area I was in, I was like, whatever, fuck techno, blah, blah, blah. But I fucking love it now. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw a techno set. I'm going to practice. I'm going to do this surprise back to back. I'm going to do for Escape. And I appreciate that you liked it, bro. I didn't even think that was going to go that crazy.
So, because like I was saying, that whole night, it was just going to be EDM music, right? Just house, tech house, or what. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there was a crowd, bro, like at during your set and a little bit before then. But once you started playing, everyone gravitated that way. Everyone that was there gravitated to that techno set.
I think because most of the time, like we do when we make our posts, we do promise house and techno. And I'm not gonna lie, for the past couple events, we haven't been doing techno.
Gotcha.
We've been doing mostly house, bass house, or dubstep. So I was like, yeah, that's another reason. Like people was like, oh, like you guys never do techno. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do techno. I'm gonna do techno.
Got you. So, and that's crazy. So you said Supreme and Nova King kind of got you.
They put me on it. Like Supreme actually, Supreme had invited me to my first show. Control Room LA was my very first underground techno show after before me DJing at the previous one.
For sure. Okay, so and both of them are relatively young too, right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think that they're the people that got you into techno, because when I think of I'm 26, right? So when I think of techno heads, I think of maybe people like in their 30s now, late 30s, mid 30s and whatnot. And I think, damn, those are probably the techno heads that I'm gonna see at these shows. And don't get me wrong, I do see like those people at the shows, because techno shows is lit. If you go to a techno show, you're going to hear music. You're really not going for much else. Like, yeah, there might be a cool DJ you're seeing, but once you show up, you're vibing. Like, no matter what the techno music's playing, you're gonna be vibing. And fuck, I forgot where I was going with that. But
I that it's a part of too, like one of the reasons why the crowd is like so chill. Like I feel like people don't bump into a lot at techno shows. They really like respect each other's space. They're a little bit like more veteran ravers sometimes, so they like are more chill.
Yeah.
A lot of times, also techno's been around for like 30 years. I mean, it started in Detroit and then I guess 40 years, 50 years. And like for a long time, it was like Richie Houghton and like drum code. So it was that more like chill, just hypnotic. And I think like this new generation of techno is really what's getting everyone like hyped, and the younger crowd is into it because it's like more ravey, it's crazy, there's more vocals, more acid, like all this like more hype energy, which is I think the energy some of the younger like people going have, and they're like all excited about it. So
I was gonna say like, so the whole like techno culture is like very open. Like if some like techno person came up to you and like said, oh, why did you play techno? Like fuck that guy, because that's not
the world.
Yeah, he said that. He was like, I was just kind of confused. I was like, you didn't ask me, but like it took me about until maybe I would say like 4 to 5 months ago to start like getting into it. That's literally because Nova King Supreme would like throw that shit on me, and they drag me to the shows, and I ended up loving them. I don't think now, like every time I hear techno, I'm like, yo, like give me this song.
Yeah.
But like I love it now. I can't wait for Escape Techno, the Factory 93. That's gonna be crazy.
And it's not, well, you'll see there might be a surprise at Escape.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh shit. I'm ready for that.
But yeah, techno is like the modern techno, like new rave techno. It's anything you want, like no fucking rules. You know what I mean? No boundaries, no rules. Like play whatever. Like as long as it's fucking techno, just play that shit. You know what I mean? Like new rave style.
I bet drum and bass
crazy. Whatever the fuck you want, like make it your own. that's like the best way to describe like techno right now. You know.
Got you. So, okay, now let me ask you guys this because you guys seen the world, and I want to really ask you guys this: what do you guys want to see in techno? What evolutions? What is the next step? Do you guys want to see techno take?
You go first.
Yeah. Go for it.
I think there's a lot, but I think one of the main things is to see techno like the main stage is techno. Like Calderon is on the main stage. Amelie is up there. Rainier's on a belt is up there. Like that kind of techno being the top and everybody being like everybody knowing and being hyped for it, and like I think watching it progress. And also seeing how it like it's different in America and we have our like own twist on it. So seeing how it like develops here, as opposed to like how it has developed in Berlin over the last 30-40 years.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like techno, it like makes people happy. You know what I mean? It makes people dance. And you know, like you see stuff that's like right now, like the EDC main stage, like you look around and it just looks kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what are those? You're kind of like, what are these people doing? Like they're kind of like dancing to these big drops that feel very like manufactured. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't need to say 1, 2, 3, let's go to make people dance.
For real. For
That's a
real.
good point. That's a
Like
good
when
point.
people when you hear the job, I feel like you just gotta go. Like I don't. That's why there's a DJ that does that. He always say my name. Like he's a good DJ, but he always talks throughout his sets, and it kind of kills the vibe for me.
And with techno, you don't hear a lot of that.
No,
you don't see a lot
they
of that.
just go.
You don't even hear the mic at all.
Yeah, for
At
real.
all.
They just
Nobody
go.
gets on the mic. Maybe just to say thank you and say what's up, but that's it. You're just hearing the freaking 909 kick the whole fucking night. That's all you're hearing, dude. That's all you're hearing.
That's the picture of techno is just like taking over and bringing back like the essence of dance music. You know,
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
the
like
rave culture too.
Yeah, like,
The
100%.
rave culture.
Like, do whatever the fuck you want, like reggae vibes, but you know, within techno and just I want to go to the DC main stage and see that really highlight the best musicians, the best music, you know, and like just not care so much about like what they look like, what they act like, or guest surprises or fireworks, or you know what I mean. I just want it to be raw and dirty. And you know, I see some of these DJs and I'm like, man, this is fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, put I hate models out there.
Yes.
I just found out who they were by their I think it's Werewolf of London track. It's something werewolves.
What was that?
It broke out. My bad.
It broke out.
Are you talking about I Hate Models track Werewolf Disco Club?
Yeah, that one. I literally just found out about them through that song, and I fucking love that track. I think I used that track during my techno.
Yeah,
set.
I wouldn't doubt, bro. You went through a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. It was fun, but I mean, like, see, like that's what that's the reason what drawn me to your set is the techno, but it's because it's fun. It's fun music. Like it's like you said, it's not manufactured drops. It's not like you have to make a theme out of your song. It's literally just like electric music, bro. Like at its core, you feel me? And it's I like now that it's people are starting to incorporate it, as you said, into like real dance music, into like you're starting to hear it as me and him were explaining earlier. Like you hear a lot of techno stabs and a lot of like music today. Like it's very present, and like that's something that I feel like I want to see. I want to see more people incorporate techno. You know how you see a lot of these trap drops into like or house drops into trap drops, or vice versa. How about we hear like something like that, but techno. And you know, like
that would be
And
crazy.
it is actually happening though. At the moment, there's two acts that pretty much come up to my mind right now that are doing this. There's Jewels in the trap world that is actually no. There's John's who actually incorporates more of the like neo acid like sound into his trap drops a lot, and really blending the genres together, and it actually sounds really well. After this, I could probably show you some examples. And the other person who I could think of that's doing this as well is shout out to my boy Julian, but ISOXO. He's starting to throw techno drops into his like really like rage sounding like, you know, trap music, and it's getting the crowd going. So I was at Hard Summer and I saw his debut set there, and when he would drop those techno drops from his original tracks, the crowd went fucking nuts, dude. And I was just like, yo, like, honestly, like, I think so I'm 22. I forgot to explain that to you guys. And so I'm kind of the younger crowd. And I'm seeing the younger crowd getting into the sound. And I'm just like, dude, honestly, like, if we keep this up, we could actually influence the younger generation, because you don't really hear the younger generation talking about techno. You really only hear talking like how you were mentioning 25 plus people talking about techno. I think we're on the road. We're on the road, honestly. We could really get there really fucking soon if it keeps going like that.
How do you guys feel about that?
All right, so I want to add one more thing, is that with techno, right, it's the only genre that has a proper underground. You know,
100%.
Like what other, so no matter what, let's say techno blows up, right? It's on the main stage. Techno will still have a fucking underground. You know what I mean? And no other genre has that. Like, when's the last time you went to like a dubstep underground? I mean, are there out there?
I don't even know when the last time I've been to a dubstep show.
Not a show that's like underground. No, I go to if there's any like shows that pop, it's individual artist shows that are already popping.
There's a few renegades here at campgrounds at these festivals here and there, but there is no underground at all. There really isn't.
So, with techno, you're still finding places that are like, yo, you need to text me to get a password to find this thing.
No.
And that's happening all the time. So like, even if techno does blow up, become mainstream, there's always going to be an underground pushing it. You know what I mean? So there's always, it's just consistently progressive, you know, and that makes it really unique. It's like, it has a thriving underground culture that'll never go away. And like, you'll never be as cool as the underground, no matter how
Exactly.
cool you are. You know?
Got you. So, out in Europe, let me ask you this, because you say
They're
it's
in Europe right now?
so they were out in Europe. Right now they're out in
shit.
Vegas. Yeah. So, is there that mainstream scene and then also that underground, or is it pretty much just all mainstream?
It's all underground.
It's all okay.
That's true. They have their Beat Street festivals. They have like the really well-known clubs like Intercell in Amsterdam is a very well-known club. There's Fabric London, Fabric Madrid. But then like in Berlin too, like there's Berghain, there's About Flame, there's Tresor, there's like clubs that are known. There's still like a layer of underground clubs that like you can't even find on RA. You have to be on like some group and some Instagram page or like, so there's like so many layers to it. I think that they're both.
Got you. No, that's dope. Let me ask you guys this. How long have both of you combined say you've been listening to dance music? Like, when was the start for you guys? Just so we could throw that in here, just to give the audience a gauge.
Oh man. Well, I carry the weight. I got
All
like,
of them like
I've listened to dance music for like 20 plus years, like easily. So more than a homie's been alive.
Ah, shit. Yeah.
Well, thanks for the conversation. That's good.
The thing that I also want to mention about like the European like techno scene is that they party there for days. So you don't go to an event and then go home. You go for days. Like
Shit. Yeah.
you change your clothes. You plan to sleep there. You plan to live. You basically plan to live there for like a couple days. You know, like 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And that changed the whole game, you know what I mean? Because you're no longer like, you no longer have any restrictions, you don't have any like rules, you know what I mean? You're basically like, shit, I'm going to a fucking party and I'll see you on Tuesday, you know?
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's very different. But Anna's been listening, but
I mean since I was I guess 19, so like 6 or 7 years, but in the techno really like the last 4 years. Yeah, 3 or 4 years.
Okay, got you. So, how do you guys, all of you guys, how do you guys see the younger crowd getting into techno now? Because as Rami said earlier, all he would be able to do, like back then when he was just getting into dance music in general, was type in techno to YouTube. How do kids find techno today?
That's a good question. I honestly I see a lot of like old, like not old heads, but like I don't see people under like 21 knowing like about techno.
Exactly.
Like everyone that I've like been in contact with are 21 or older and they know about techno, but I don't think I've met like someone who's like 19, 20 or 18 like knowing about techno.
Yeah, because I could even say like I've worked at a lot of like middle schools, elementary schools, and stuff like that, and they don't know techno. They know marshmallow. You feel me? So they don't even yeah. So like I don't even know how they would even get an ear towards that. Like, is there any? Because look, as much as like people might not like marshmallow, he still is the bridge between the younger gap and the older crowd of EDM. You know, he's what's getting these kids into EDM today. Who's doing that for techno? Who would you guys say?
I mean, I honestly like. I think TikTok is like has a lot of credit.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Some stuff, like techno tracks have gone TikTok famous, and they're starting to like that. I also do think like the genre is somewhat mature in that like some of the events are like, I mean, you can bring up middle schoolers like a BDSM techno event, like some. I think they still need to like listen to like EDC. I think 18 plus at EDC, right? So
Yeah.
like, is EDC 21?
I'm pretty sure it's 18.
18 plus. It's 18
Yeah.
plus.
EDC?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because I remember waiting.
Arden and see like someone like Charlotte Dubin is like a perfect. I mean, Charlotte Dubin fucking killing it.
Yeah.
But that's something that like you can get hooked on. You can see there, especially in somewhere like EDC where like you see genres that you don't usually see because you're just wandering around. So that's a good, but like places where they would get exposure like that.
Yeah, plus when you're that young, like how much are you into music anyway? You know what I mean? Like when you're like 16, 17, you're listening to music fun, but you're not like all right, I need a hobby right now. You're not like you're go to hang out, like riding your bike around the neighborhood, like toilet paper in someone's house. You know, like it's not get older and you like develop social circles and social skills that you're like, all right, it's like time to go intentionally like an event where I'm hanging out with a bunch of people. You know, I don't know. I think. I mean, in Europe, they listen to fucking techno when they're kids, you know, and you see kids dancing or shit on the street. Like, they have street parties. So, but I don't know. I feel like in America, it's not even, like, really necessary. Like, I don't know.
Got you. How would you guys feel about if McDonald's made their theme music techno? Would that be something? No? Okay.
I mean, they're doing collabs with everything. You see that new collab they did with fucking Travis Scott? The
Yeah.
Tractors toys?
Yeah, see, that's what we need right now. Techno needs someone to
They need to start putting
collab.
techno in elevators.
That'd be so lit.
Honestly, I just think that social media is gonna drive the whole thing. Honestly, because TikTok, I really started seeing the techno world start booming a little bit more once Nico Moreno's track, I forget the name of it, but it's like his mainstream track, was on every freaking TikTok related to like EDM, like, talk. And people were starting to listen to that track. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but I'm pretty sure Clawz knows which song I'm talking about. And after that, people started to dive into it for a little bit, but then the whole buzz of the younger crowd, like wanting to dive into it, just stopped for a little bit. So I feel like there is a possibility for a younger crowd to get into it. It's just gonna have to be all driven by social media, to be honest with you.
For sure. So all right, let's just get into any last plugs, anything you guys wanted to say about techno. Honestly, when I think of some really a really dope DJ doing it amazing right now, I think of Clawz. So anything you wanna say before you guys head out?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm super excited that like more and more people are coming to shows and
Yeah.
Okay. That people are like curious about it and excited. And I encourage people to like get out there, go to shows, and like experience it, and like learn about it, learn about the culture too, because it's such a like embedded culture and has a story to it. Yeah, and
I was just gonna say, like, so there's definitely like, it's not necessarily a divide, but there's a new generation of techno DJs, and there's not that many people in America really playing that. You know what I mean? So, if you like, try to get those people, the Nico Morenos. So you know, if you hear people talking about techno, like, it's hard to, you can't really judge it based on like, you know, business techno or like 4x4, like sort of like the more hypnotic, like slower genres of techno. So if you do like hear those like more aggressive sounds, like support them. And just when it comes to techno, just be true to yourself. You know, like if you like the hypnotic, like drivey business stuff, then like go all in on that. You know what I mean? Like have no expectations. But if the new rave, like new techno shit is exciting to you, like, and now's a good time to support it. You know, just because like it's not here yet. You know what I mean? So if we want to get it here, we need to like show up for it. You know?
Got you. Anything you guys want to ask them before they head out?
Honestly, I think we cleared up the table. Just want to say thank you guys for doing this. Honestly, for actually putting the music on the map, because I'm actually like excited to see where this genre turns out in like the next 3 years. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure we're on a good road right now. So we just got to keep supporting, like you guys said. It's everywhere too. You just really got to dive into it, and you just really have to be about the culture. That's it, honestly.
Even Slander made a new techno
Slander
track.
made a techno song.
He made a techno track. He made a techno track. What was it, Before Dawn? That shit was fire. So I think he's getting the hint. Like techno's, it's there.
I feel like I'm gonna sum this up for you guys. I don't know if this might be true, but I feel like once you start diving into all of EDM and you get tired of everything, I feel like techno is just the go-to, the most pure, the, like I said, and I'm gonna keep repeating this, something you're always just gonna have fun at no matter what. But yeah, so thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for calling. I know you guys need to get back. I know you got a show. Where can everybody check you guys out if they want to see you?
Cool. Yeah, thank you guys, and we see you at the underground.
Yeah, obviously Clawz on Instagram, RaveTrain. But yeah, she just Clawz at the big show in San Diego on Saturday. We're gonna do like we're doing a master Renegades appearance on Saturday. It's just incredible. Do that for Halloween. We got a couple surprises. I actually have one more plug. So I'm starting a brand new thing. It's gonna be once a month, Thursdays in downtown LA. It's called It'll Be Behavior, and it's just all fucking techno, like underground techno night. Like pretty much imagine like work or like 6 a.m. but on a Thursday night. And it's free. You don't have to pay anything to go. And we're bringing like all the fucking crazy slamming like DJs, techno. Like it's just gonna be fucking dirty as fuck. But
I'm down. That sounds cool.
I'm down too.
I'm booking it. I mean, we have from 9 to 2 a.m. every Thursday. So I mean, I have the next couple shows booked, but I want to get all these guys that are even just like experimenting with techno. If they wanted to like plug it and throw a techno set, like that's what the No Behaviors for. So.
Hey, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
For sure. Well, like I said, thank you guys for coming. Thanks for talking techno with us. Honestly, you're the one that sparked this conversation for me. You guys are the reason that I really wanted to dive into this topic. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Of course. Bye. See you guys next time.
Bye.